Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey. And today we're going back to the basics and we're going to look at the projector. The projector has a focused aura, which is also absorbing. They're not protected. And this is why their strategy is to wait for the invitation. Actually, they're waiting for recognition and invitation afterwards. And their signature is success. So the aura of the projector is actually piercing. It is like a laser blade, which goes directly into the G center of the other person and looking for the answer of the question, who are you? The projector is not so much interested in themselves. They're interested in the other. Who's the other? Because the projector are here to be a new kind of a leader who is leading only after recognition for their gifts and invitation to lead. And without that invitation, the projector is just piercing uninvited. So the feeling is like they're getting into your personal space. Their aura moves with their eyes. So if somebody asks the projector whether why they're looking so strangely, or why are they piercing, and why do they look like they can see everything, it's because they can. They can see everything. They can see who are you behind all the masks. And that's what they're interested in. They're interested to find the real, truthful you, the self, yourself, your direction. And who are you as the ultimate expression of love, because that's what the G center is about. So the projector is focused on the G center of the other person, looking actually to find their inherent gifts. And the projector is here to recognize the other, to recognize those gifts, to recognize what the other's truthful and authentic self is. And after they have recognized the other, if they receive recognition back, an invitation to guide, they can be very useful to the other with guiding the energy. And guiding, it's not about telling the other what to do. It's about asking the right question, asking the questions which will let the other find their direction by themselves, find their own authenticity, find their truth. So the guiding of the projector is actually guiding the energy, guiding with the very fine laser blade sharp aura, which with only very delicate movements can guide that energy in a dance together with the other. And the projector is so focused on the other that they have to understand that communication for them is best done one-on-one. The projector gets distracted when they have to communicate with more than one person, exactly because of that piercing aura, which directly connects to the G center of the other. So you cannot be connected with more than one person at the same time. And while the projector is really piercing the other, they're in return are getting all the conditioning back. So they're absorbing. And it is very important who they choose to be in their aura, who they allow to be in their auric space, and which energies are they guiding. The projector has to really get themselves connected to their feeling of taste. Does that person taste good? Is the taste in my mouth sweet when they're around, or is the taste in my mouth bitter? Because the right people will have a sweetness to them. So the best is for the projector to ask themselves, is this person going to be delicious to me to eat energetically? And now imagine 70% of the people are generators, frustrated, a lot of them, not in the right place, not with the right people, not doing the right job, which they love. And there is a lot of frustrated energy. And this is the energy the projector has to work with. So projectors, be really careful who you allow in your aura. You are not here to respond to every invitation you get. Actually, your inner authority is the one which is responsible to really see whether you feel recognized in the invitations you receive, and see whether those invitations are really for you. The projectors are about 23% of the planet's population. They're kind of a new type of leaders who successfully lead after true recognition and formal invitation. And they have a focused and piercing aura, as we discussed, here to recognize the specific uniqueness in the other, to be recognized back, and to bring fine-tuning in the right direction. So it's about fine-tuning. It's not about coming into the situation, meeting the person, and directly interfering, involving yourself, no matter how well you see the situation and how good ideas you have or whatever. It is not for the projector to go ahead, initiate, and try to fix things immediately. No, they're here to recognize the specific uniqueness in the other and to be recognized for that. Projectors must wait to be recognized and formally invited by others, because when they don't wait, this piercing aura really feels like it is uninvitedly coming into your personal space, and instead of fine-tuning, they can disturb, especially the generator's energy. Energy really has to invite awareness. If uninvited, awareness will never reach the other person. So when the projector feels that the other is not open, there's nothing to do there for the projector. Once they receive an invitation and they respond to that, projectors, you have to know that invitation can be withdrawn at any moment. And you will feel that. You will feel when the invitation is withdrawn. There is this openness which will not be there anymore. The other will not be hearing what you're saying, or will not be understanding it, or will be distracted, and they will not be open to you. It will just be very visible. And at that moment, the projector should not continue to push, but wait to get again the invitation or not, and be okay with that. Because it's really needed, that formal invitation, so that you get access to the energy of the other. You cannot just go and get it by force. We're not in those times anymore. They're finished. It used to be the right of the force, the right of the power. And this is where the manifestors had their role, being the leaders, being the shaman, the high priestesses, being the nobility and the monarchs, being the head of countries and churches, and leading the other by force. It's not those times anymore. We are nine-centered beings. And we're more and more aware of our emotional and our spiritual needs. And the true leaders of our times are those who lead with personal example, and those who lead looking at what's best for the group they lead. And the projectors are here to have success. That's their signature. But the success is not for themselves personally. It's not about them. It's actually about the group they lead. Projectors are here to be alphas of groups. They're here to be recognized by groups which the projector can lead to success. It can be the family of the projector, it can be the team, or any group that recognizes them. So it's not about the projector to wait and do nothing. That's one of the myths in human design. When projectors come to human design and they hear you have to wait for formal invitation, and the more concrete the invitation is, the better. And then projectors get stuck and they passively wait for life and get blocked, get a blockage. Projectors are here to show up. They're here to show themselves, to be around people, to change groups, and to observe those groups, to observe the other, and observe when they're recognized and when they're invited. If they're recognized and invited, then they're in the right group of people. And if they're not, then there's nothing to do for them there. Those are not the right people for them. And the projector should watch actually the commonalities between the pattern, between the problems with which people come to them. So there is some kind of a pattern with challenges of people who come to the projector with some specific theme. So the projector should watch this, and they will find a pattern, and this will show them what their life purpose is. The red flags which the projector should watch are bitterness and resistance in their life, which show them that they're not on the right path, probably not waiting for the invitation and initiating. Projectors are naturally wise about energy usage. The very strategy they have is an indication of a natural demand for the respect they deserve. And their very strategy also shows that the same respect that they deserve is the same respect they have to give the other. And it's respectful to wait for the other to invite you in their space, in their self, in the G, to be invited. Really important. Projectors are strongly influenced by the people they interact with, and therefore they must wait to be recognized for their true self and invited to become involved. The quality of their relationships directly affects the overall quality of their lives. Actually, the projectors sign under the energy they're using. They sign themselves to that energy as slaves. They become slaves of the energy they guide. It is so important to which invitations you respond, whether those are the correct invitations for you, dear projectors. And if you are non-emotional, for instance, that's just an example, and somebody comes to you and says, I like the way you feel, they're not recognizing you. But if you have a defined head and they tell you, I love the way you inspire me, then they see you. They see you. That's what the projector is afraid of, that they're not going to be seen, that they're not going to be recognized, that they're not going to be invited. Projectors are called projectors because they project outwards this inner light. They're so visible. They're like strong projectors, like light, which literally shines through in their eyes. And I've seen so many projectors with their light in their eyes, not so shiny anymore, with a lot of bitterness, people who are not recognized for their gifts, people who are not invited. And it comes because of that world of ours where initiation and getting things has become the norm, has become what is being valued. And projectors, they're the newest type. They're the latest in evolution. So they're here for new times, not strategic times, but more emotionally mature times, for times where we're here to uh, take care of our also soul needs, of our high emotional and spiritual needs, if you want. So when projectors don't wait, they encounter enormous resistance. And not only that, as I told you, they can interfere and they can stop and really break the flow of energy in the generator. And instead of helping them, to actually get them stuck. So any attempt to tell, to persuade, or instruct someone without being invited brings a low vibration to the projector and others, and they feel exhausted, resentful, or bitter. Projectors as type are here to recognize and master systems. So education is super important to the projector, to allow them to grasp the depth of their own conditioning and to grasp how the world ticks, how the world runs around, what makes things work and what breaks them, and how does the other tick, how does the other express their energy imprinting into the world. And education takes time. To master a system, it takes time. So it can take time for the projector to fine tune and to get to that place of real wisdom where they can truly be guides and leaders. They're here to connect people. They're here to connect the other types. And they have this ability and this gift, because of that, to move between castes, between classes. So if it's very difficult for other people to move their social status different to the social status they're born in, for the projectors, that's not a problem. They can, in their life, change their social status, move from one class to the other. It's just because they're endowed with this gift to connect the others, to be the connection point. So projectors can be very useful to all of us. And as new type of leaders, being here to recognize us can be quite uplifting, or not. And on their turn, they're here to be recognized back for their gifts and be invited. When the projector is invited and they get access to the energy of the other to work with, they can bring real added value, real awareness, which can save the other types a lot of time, and basically they're effectiveness specialists. Projectors are here to be specialists, to getting down to a specific niche and to become really specialized in what they do, and thus be invited for their special gift. So projector, if you don't feel invited, if you're not recognized, don't blame the other. Go back to your own self. Go back to your life. See, did you master any systems? What did you learn? How far are you in mastering systems? If you see that there is more for you to do in order to become specialist in something, then go back, educate yourself, learn. This is the only way for the projector to find themselves in the right position, which they deserve. And they're here to actually guide people and to be on positions which, in a way, they either managing people or processes or things, and are guiding them, giving advice. And when the projector is not in such a position, when they're simply workers which from 8 to 5, 9 to 5 working schedule, they get exhausted because projectors are not here to work sustainably like the generators. The generators love to spend their energy wisely where they do the things they love to do. The projectors should be working more in smaller periods of time, like 2-3 hours, then you need a break. 2-3 hours, then you need a break, and a longer break. Then they're much more effective and they don't get so tired. Their stamina is not here to do the work. They're here to do the guiding. And I know this is music to the ears of a lot of projectors. Since the moment you're born, you're not here to work. Actually, when we say the projector is not here to work, we don't mean they're here to do nothing, because actually guiding and being open for guidance and recognizing the other and their gifts and this focused aura needs focus, and focus is work. It's work. Awareness is work. The point is that this work should not be over extended periods of time, and should not drain the projector from their energy, which they anyways usually take as loaning it from the other types, because that's not the role of the projector. The projector is here to focus and specialize and really give themselves out to the other for short periods of time. They cannot do it for longer. And there is something also I want to say about the projectors and their role. It's actually quite advanced if we think about it. It is really to wait to be recognized and to be invited is such an advanced notion, considering our past. And it's because we have to be ready to work. The projector is here to guide the energy. So the other should be ready to do the work, so that the projector has something to guide. And something also, it's very important here to add that those invitations for the projector, they're important for four main things in their life: for where they're gonna live, what work are they gonna work, what work are they gonna do, for friendships, and for love relationships. So those are four major things in life for which it's super important for the projector to get an invitation. The projector doesn't need an invitation to eat, although just the sound the stomach makes when it's hungry is already an invitation. Also, another thing about projector parents: if you got correctly into the parenthood, the moment the kids appear, it's an automatic invitation for you to guide them. So waiting to be invited is for the most important things, but the more sensitive the projector becomes, the more attuned they become to recognizing the invitations. And actually, the invitation can just be in the air, and the projector can feel that, whether the other is open and inviting them, recognizing them. It can be a look on an expression on the other person's face, inviting the projector to guide, to lead. So projectors don't get stuck in nothingness. Show up, show yourselves, and then don't push. Show yourself and wait to be recognized. Show yourself, wait to be invited. It's so sweet, that feeling of true invitation. When you're not really invited, you feel it. It's not sweet. If you want to go for, let's say you had a course and you're going, oh, the colleagues are going to lunch, and they say, let's go to lunch, but then you're close by and they say, if you want, you also can come. Is that a true invitation? How does it feel to be invited automatically just because you're there? Not a true recognition, not a true invitation. There's such a huge difference. When the real invitation comes, it's usually very particular with a lot of details, and the other should be ready to invest in you energetically, or even better, materially. So if you're invited to the cinema, it would be great if you're told the movie, the time you're going to go, the movie theater. It will be even better if they come to pick you up. It will be even better if they pay the ticket for you. Or the same is for dinner. If you're invited, if they pay for dinner, that's really, truly an invitation. So the more people are ready to invest in you, because it's energy which invites awareness. So it's energy being invested in the projector, for the projector to give back awareness. Awareness is work. Awareness is hard work. It's the planet of work. It's the working planet. So we're all here to create and to deliver, but the projectors are here to lead the way after they have been recognized for that gift and invited, truly invited. Questions for projectors. What does recognition mean? I already mentioned that recognition is about recognizing your true self, your authentic self. So if they recognize your definition in your design, your gifts, and you feel recognized, you feel seen, that's the most important, you feel seen, then that's recognition. If you don't feel seen, or they recognize you for something you're not, that's not true recognition. It's false. What is a formal invitation? I just explained. The more details there are there, the more formal it is, the more investments they're willing to do in order for you to accept that invitation, the more formal it is. How do I find out how the system works? Well, human design is truly for projectors. Human design is a system of self-knowledge, of self-awareness. But there are also other systems, and projectors are here to master systems, different systems. And how to find out how they work? Observing. The projector has an eye for things. They come into the situation and they immediately see with their view from the whole thing which is going on, the whole situation, the whole relationship status or anything that is happening. They see immediately what's wrong, there is some problem somewhere there with efficacy or with efficiency or whatever, with energy, and they can see it. And very often, instead of waiting for the invitation, waiting to be recognized, projectors just go and do. And what they should actually wait is for the generator to, to get stuck. Boing, boing, I don't know what to do. Can you tell me what to do? Please tell me. And then the projector says, no, I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to ask you the right questions. And then you yourself will find out the truth. So how do I succeed? The projector succeeds when their group succeed, when they led their group to success. That's when the projector feels successful. It's quite an altruistic role, actually, because the projector is here for the others. And the projectors are here to be of service, but be recognized and invited for that. And this is what is healthy for them, to be recognized and invited, because then there is sweetness, and then there is meaning, and there is success, sweet success of the entire group, of the projector. So, dear projectors, be patient. Patience is for everybody the answer, especially for you. It takes time before you start truly recognizing those invitations, and it takes time until you are not hurrying to accept all the invitations coming your way, but becoming more selective and waiting for the correct invitations, which your inner strategy, inner authority, pardon me, tells you are the correct decisions. And the light in your eyes will be back. They see you. If a policeman stops you, they're first gonna check the projector. They truly see you. And it takes time, especially if you have been taking a lot of not self decisions through your life and got yourself into situations, places, people, circumstances where you're not recognized. It might take time for your vibration, for your frequency to get tuned to your authenticity, to your authentic self, so that that light you radiate gets more shiny, more bright, and you're more easily and fastly get recognized and invited. Those invitations will come. Experiment with it. I dare you. Of course, try it first with the small things in life, see if it works. Try it for yourself or not. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey. And if you want to find out more about the different types and about human design in general, like and subscribe. Visit my webpage with the same name, humandesignjourney.com, my Facebook page, Human Design Journey, Instagram, Human Design Journey, or YouTube, where you are right now. Thank you for the attention. Thank you for recognizing me and being on this channel, listening to the information I have to give. With a lot of joy, I give it. I want to be useful. And be there for those who might need this information. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.